Hello and welcome to RX'D Radio. This is the Wednesday.
Oh my god, that sounds so much cooler than what I said. God.
Yeah.
Thayer, have you ever been anywhere where anyone's like, "Oh, I love your accent"?
Yeah, all the
You
time.
haven't. Really?
Yeah.
I've never had that. You must.
Like
get
anytime
that.
I go
Australians
more
love
north, they're
it.
like,
Yeah,
"Oh, are
that's
you
why
from
you
the
said-
south?"
And they like, yeah. See, I got nothing. I'm just like generic white avatar guy because I don't even have a Canadian accent, really.
You're out. That's
My
where it is.
Vowels.
Yeah, vowels.
Vowels.
Yeah.
Is what they're called. Okay.
Can't maths and speak very well.
It's
but yeah.
fine, but we can lift weights and
Yeah,
talk
we can-
shit on the internet.
Yeah, it's pretty much it.
So welcome to the Wednesday episode. That's what your voice you're used to hearing. With me, the Sunday crew, the Jameses, the brother Jameses. Big one today. Breaking news on the docket. I feel like this is turning into, and I have felt this of late, that Instagram has turned into like this 24-hour fitness news cycle. I feel like we're like CNN.
It
like
is CNN with the
little
thing
ticker
that
on
goes
the
across
bottom.
the...
Yeah, this just in. We're like wolf blitzers of fitness right now.
Wow.
Wolf Blitzer's a newscaster for CNN.
I was
Just
gonna say,
I was going to bring you up to speed on this side of the world.
I don't think we even got CNN in South Africa. No, I think
I feel like we're way closer to Anchorman the movie.
Yeah, we
than
are.
the actual
Hey,
news
we are
organization.
journalists. We are journalists bringing you the straight dope. And straight dope is a good place to start because Liver King was outed in a dodgy email, as everyone gets done. Everyone do me a favor. Right now, if you're listening to this, go into your inbox, hit the little box that selects all the boxes, and just delete. Just delete the whole fucking thing.
It's probably better.
And just throw your computer in the. It doesn't even matter. And it's probably doing you a favor. You've got nothing bad on there. HomeSense isn't going to fucking email you 30 times, especially after the holidays. You got a bajillion emails from every fucking store you've ever shopped at in your life. Just start from scratch. Let's make 2023 the year of no getting outed through emails. Can we do that? I feel like if there was a takeaway from this episode, it's
Right
that.
there. Or download Wicker.
Or download Wicker. Yeah,
Just download Wicker.
Like every person who buys drugs ever. What's wrong with you?
Actually, WhatsApp does it now. Do you know that you can
No, WhatsApp's owned by Facebook.
No, legit. I know, I get that,
No.
but WhatsApp, you can set it that a message deletes after a certain
It
time
doesn't
frame.
delete. Zuckerberg has
It's
it.
gone.
Yeah,
It's Wicker's better, but what is Wicker? Chinese? Someone has it.
Yeah, as long as I don't have extradition treaties and I don't get sent to prison somewhere, I don't care. So more plates, more dates. Derek released emails, and we'll get into it in the episode. But basically going through, and the interesting thing is the emails, as much as we could understand in our brief prior to this, which was about 5 minutes of preparation, were sent to him before he blew up his whole brand and all this stuff over the course of the last year. And this was the drugs he was on.
Yeah. Before he started his campaign.
Ascension campaign.
His campaign.
Yeah, it
His
really
campaign.
was a campaign.
Yep.
So this episode dives into that, gives kind of our opinions on it. Shout out to our sponsors, Vivo, Barefoot. You guys blew up the code so much it ended up on a website and then a bunch of
leaked,
people.
yeah.
Right, it got leaked. So huge shout out for that. RX'D Radio 20,
Yes, sir.
VivoBarefoot.com.
And then
Get them. You've heard me talk about them.
Yeah.
My go-to training shoe. HD Muscle.
Yeah, for all of those that were taking the Liver King supplement brand, move over to our supplement brand,
Right.
at HD Muscle. Our liver HD is way better than any liver that you would probably eat from the Liver King.
Well, the thing is, he should probably have been taking that one for the amount of drugs he was on. So Liver King, use our code.
Yeah,
use Liver King. Go
RX'D.
RX'D.
We'll give you 10%.
10% off HD. If you catch it, Black Friday sales might still be running into this week. So it'll add an additional 10% to that at checkout.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it, guys. Enjoy the episode, James. I appreciate you guys letting me steal your recording for our Wednesday show. So James, thank you, and guys, enjoy the episode. Lundy, hit it.
You're tuned in to RX Radio.
Hijack.
That's really never happened.
Okay, good. That sounds like it's pretty on par.
It's pretty much the same.
Breaking news, James. There. First off, welcome, because you guys this is going to be considered you guys on the Wednesday show, even though I'm hijacking this entire thing, and I made this decision because we didn't have an episode. So this is like 14 hours before this episode will launch. But breaking news: Liver King exposed.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Surprise!
Dun, dun, dun.
Surprise.
And right after last week where we were talking about Liver King and how there was no way in hell, and how that Ryan Fisher said he did a podcast with Mark Bell saying that Mark was convinced that he was natural.
Yeah, fuck off.
Story breaks on More Plates, More Dates. Shout out Derek, Canadian, with an email. Now, all right, we need to run this. I'm going to run it back for Thayer from the beginning.
Of what we just watched.
Okay, so video up on More Plates, More Dates YouTube channel. And Derek released emails from Brian Johnson, a.k.a. the Liver King, from previous consultation from over a year ago. Lays out his entire business plan of like basically like take steroids, get rich, to which he followed to a T. I mean,
Pretty
you
much.
got to give the guy some props.
No,
I know a lot of guys that have taken 10 IUs of growth, Deca, Winstrol, and have never been successful. Like
and
the
then got a
opposite of that. Yeah.
million followers and managed to
Most
make
of those people-
$100 million.
Yeah.
Most-
Ruin their life. So,
Yeah.
anyways, so in what seems to be an odd timing, randomly this video just pops up, even though these emails have been in existence for over a year. And in the email goes through basically his cycle of what he was taking at one point in time, which is
Correct.
like there was Deca, testosterone, Cypionite,
Yep.
Winstrol.
Yep. IGF-1 LR3.
Oh yeah, dude, I can't do the peptide names. They all sound like they came off the ship at Roswell.
So
It's all just ridiculous letters and numbers.
Just IGF.
But growth. Like,
growth
let's
hormone.
go with the mainstay stuff.
But 10
10
IUs
IUs of farm grade growth hormone.
Oh.
That's a lot. My hands are swelling just listening to that. And so it's all the rave, which goes to show you how dumb the fitness community is. Elon Musk might release a Hunter Biden email story, but everyone in fitness is like, yo, let's talk about this tanned up juice monkey real quick. So shit. But yeah, so that broke. Thoughts?
Is anyone surprised?
Dude, look.
Yes.
So
that people are.
But here's two things. Let's double back to a conversation we had last week. Have you ever met anyone who has bought, what is it, Ancestral supplements or whatever the fuck it's called?
Yeah.
Have you ever?
I don't,
do you know
I don't
a single
associate
human-
with those people. No.
Right.
It's
But
like
those people are everyone that's not in this room. Like if you could just like the guy in front of you at fucking whatever, Meijer, Kroger, whatever fucking grocery store you have there in Kansas, that guy that you don't know, that doesn't look like any friend you have, we could assume based off of the fact that this company was doing hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue a year, that guy was taking it and all of his dumb friends.
There's a reason I don't go to Trader Joe's. I avoid the crunchy granola of it all.
Dude, I mean, to be that pervasive in a market, it isn't even the fitness industry at that stand. Like at that point.
No, it's not. But to me, it's the shock factor of like so many people do take that product. There's so many people who do. I know we don't because we're educated. It's like, I'm not going to take desiccated heart or testicles. Why the fuck would I do that?
Is that what the supplements are?
Yeah, so I went and had a look. So you can get heart, kidneys, testicles, some like it is test booster stack something ancestral whatever,
Right.
which is essentially just like bile. That's all it is.
Right.
Bile and heart and brains and shit like that. And it's all it is desiccated or dried versions of it in tablet form so that people can follow the ancestral tenant thing.
I got a 20 that says some of those are human. I'm just throwing that out there right now. These products are manufactured in Medellin, Colombia, and they are 100% human sourced.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to go
guaranteed.
here.
This is like up there with the adrenochrome shit. It's just, that's what it is. It's Hillary. Hillary's got truckloads of this. Just back it in. Bill, wake up. We got the new kids supplements coming in. What? Just kidding. Keep fucking the secretary. No, I'm serious. It's
So
we don't understand the real accessible market in fitness. I think that's what this
business
teaches
idea
us.
for Prescript. Our next move
God.
for 2023. I'm going to fill my tags this weekend. Let's lean in to deer hearts.
So this has already been done though, because deer antler spray, IGF. bucked up supplements has still survived from that day because they said it was, so if do you not know this? Okay, was it Ray Lewis? JT, stay with me. I need a North American sounding board. Was it Ray Lewis that got popped for doping? Also killed a guy. No big deal.
Yeah,
all right, so there was someone on. I think it was someone on the Ravens, and he got popped for IGF.
It would have had to be Ray Lewis.
Right. There were some big boys on that team, though. He got popped for IGF. Now, there's like some weird research out about I forget what the actual term is, but when you shoot a deer, fuck, look what we got here. Joe Buck.
He goes hunting tomorrow.
The fucking fur on a deer's antlers.
Velvet. Yeah,
yes, velvet. Okay, sorry, good. That's a trigger word. So, deer antler velvet was apparently, if you ingest it, and I don't know where the study is, it's out there somewhere. There's links to that increasing endogenous IGF-1 level. I swear to God. So what ended up happening, it was almost like Dr. Oz with the raspberry ketones, like back in the Dizzy, shout out Mehmet Oz, where he was like, yo, raspberry ketones because of drinking wine. And then literally you couldn't get it anywhere in North America. This supplement, raspberry ketones, flying off the shelf. Tim Ferriss talked about some bullshit sardines in Whole Foods. Whole Foods sold out countrywide. Yeah. Ray Lewis dopes up IGF. IGF levels through the roof. Everyone's like, yo, this got to be exogenous. He's like, no, it was a supplement I had called deer antler spray. And they looked at the research, and it was like the weakest correlation. It's like, dude, there's no fucking way you were getting these IGF-1 levels from deer antler spray. But next thing you know, boom, deer antler spray off the charts, right? So I feel like that was kind of his play, was like, all right, kid testicles or whatever the fuck, dry them out in Colombia, put them in a powder form, put them in pills, and that was the move.
Well, if you like the move, actually though, he's smart. Okay, I hate
the premeditation.
His marketing team behind execution.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 execution.
Yeah, 100%. Like this has been fabricated so well because the whole thing, and like Derek goes into it as well. Like, and this is what we said. He literally like nails the timeline. He's like, hey, by March 2022, I want to have 1 million followers.
He even beat it.
And he beat it. Yeah. He did it before that. Like that was the whole stat
design. I just want to see the whiteboard. Because I just see the whiteboard. First business meeting. All right, first Ancestral business. And it's 3 things. It's just steroids. It's like a needle and like a clock and then dollar signs. All right, we good with the game plan? We all good with this?
Yeah,
so steroids plus time equals money. Is that correct? Correct. Okay.
Yeah, break. That's break. Go.
But it was crazy.
Okay, I'm still fucking
because the breakdown. Because he was even mentioning, and like, I want to circle back to at some point the timeliness of the emails.
Yeah,
because it is quite odd.
It doesn't make sense why it's out.
Yeah, why now? Like, why? What motivated Derek to leak this now?
Is he going public? Like, is he about to list the company or some shit like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But it is suspicious timing. I mean, any timing that wasn't like long before this guy went about it is suspicious. I don't want to think that Derek's claims are going to, or Derek's motives are bad. I tend to like him. I think he's a good dude. We've chatted a little bit back.
I think he just like he creates like an even playing field. If you were to a certain degree, the idea behind it is like, don't lie. I think.
Yeah, but why did he give him so much leash?
Yeah.
Right? Like, why
have you sat on this for so long?
Why let it get to 9 figures before you then are like...
because do you not think the come down is going to just be so much more epic?
You think someone's coming for his crib? Like...
Well, so here's the thing. It's like, is this not misleading like advertising? Could someone not do a class action lawsuit?
Oh, pull like a Bang Energy shit.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the Bang Energy lawsuit?
Yeah. Which
so like bull testicles are the new super creatine.
Yeah.
Curing cancer everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
But, okay, so, because I'm still catching up on this. So, were the emails like a consultation that Derek was doing with him?
So it was a request for consultations because obviously Derek wouldn't be stupid to release any public information of him because of HIPAA and shit like that. That all caused.
I don't think
that's where my question is though, because Derek has the company though. If it went through his lab's company, is that a potential HIPAA violation?
Dude, he's not a healthcare provider. He's not beholden.
But he
to
has
that.
stock in the company.
That'll be interesting.
Or
I
partial ownership of it. So therefore he would have to follow similar guidelines because he has
Sounds
access
it would depend
to
on how he contacted him. I honestly think it would come down to the email. If it was like, whatever, D-Money at what a Gorilla Mind supplements or whatever his email is. Sorry, Derek, if that's actually your email. Then I think he'd be fine. But if it was whatever at lab, whatever, then I think there might be, like the principle of like what's called legal indemnification. It also depends on how the company is set up. It would be a Canadian company if I'm not mistaken. But if it's like in the U.S., if it's an LLC, if it's an S corp, like personal versus company liability.
Yeah.
Derek is not dumb.
No, he's not. So there's a reason why this is coming out. That's why I'm saying.
So you think the story is not over yet?
No, we're gonna see something come out of this. Like this is the.
It is the oldest trick in the book, though.
It is.
The email scandal pre something big.
Well, we've seen it with
the Hunter Biden laptop.
Yes.
It didn't take down Hunter Biden, though. It did not.
Joey B is still in office for the time being. Hillary's still fine. It's like, stop sending fucking emails. I swear, I'm going to find a clip of Killian saying this in an episode about Hunter Biden like a year and a half ago on a bucket. Just being like, stop sending fucking emails, man.
You got to remember, though, Hillary accidentally deleted all her emails.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a case of that of like, accidentally deleted my Liver King email.
Dude,
I don't have that conversation. It's all fabricated.
Do you know how many, I ordered like 2 pounds of mushrooms for a friend of mine back in Canada this week, and no one knows.
No one
will. It's not an email. There's apps for this shit. What are you thinking, Brian Johnson, Liver King? God, even honestly, like even when I'm going to be like super transparent here, even when I go to a city and I need to get drugs, there's like code words in the DM 100%. Where you talk, hey man, I'd like to talk to you about supplements. Are you comfortable talking about like, and obviously if you're talking about supplements like fucking fish oils and protein powder, it's like, yeah, dude, I don't care. But if you're kind of like hip to the lingo, you go, oh, this guy's talking about gear. Now, some guys
have my Wicca account.
Right, exactly. Just the chat immediately deletes. It's like talking in a fishbowl. You just forget what you said when you get to the other side of it.
It's vanish mode, but the true vanish mode.
I'll just put an asterisk to that portion of the conversation and say allegedly.
Allegedly, Your Honor. Allegedly. Allegedly when I buy drugs in other cities. It's just... maybe it's just an old guy technology move, like he's whatever in his 40s and he just doesn't know any better. Like, oh, this is encrypted or like whatever the fuck. You don't know what encrypted means, Liver King.
If you can't do that, it's not tax deductible. Because I'm pretty sure this is all a marketing campaign. If you think about it,
I hope you're right.
To that point, though, what do you think the downfall of this? Like, will this be destroy everything like a shreds or? Like, are we in? Yeah. Or are we in a situation with
fucking dickhead?
Which, going from that though, I had to. But with Bang, like it'll be interesting to see what comes of that because if you're watching the market right now, Pepsi was the distributor of Bang. They just bought Rockstar for some billion-dollar contract, so you're going to see a heavier push into Rockstar to try to absorb that market that Bang had secured, which...
Well, I think, all right, so there's 3 landscapes at play here. One, we talked about, so Bang Energy, Ancestral, whatever the fuck his name is. And what was the other one we talking about?
Carnival MD's one that clips in there. Oh, no.
What was the other one? Okay, so let's talk about Bang real quick. Okay. All right, so Bang Energy is like not it may be born-ish in the fitness world, kind of, but came from big money. Like it's a corporate entity.
Yeah,
I guess the point is like too long didn't read. Is I don't think it'll have an effect because everyone who knows about it is someone who's already known and has never taken the product. We wouldn't even know. We don't know how to get this message unless it's on CNN. We don't know how to get this message to the people who take the products because we have no idea who those people are. They are not consuming the same media. I'm assuming, based off of my experience, he's reaching his market with very good targeting advertisements.
Yep.
And that's excluding anyone that listens to this podcast or is in the general fitness Instagram sphere that this would have reached. Now, Derek has a massive YouTube following, inroads with Huberman, inroads with
A good amount.
Rogan,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So that might be the critical mass necessary for it to have a detrimental effect. I don't think it's catastrophic. I think he's an acquisition, not a retention market anyways, right? So he needs to further find those people who've never heard of him. And I doubt that this is going to grossly impact the bottom line. Unlike Bang Energy, where it's like Monster queues you up, right? Another company queues you up and it's like this big corporate thing. And you got Pepsi and all these big conglomerates behind the scenes. Yeah, that'll reach the mass market. That's going to be on CNN. That will affect your base. Honestly, the only base it might not affect is the core audience in fitness who's like, super sounds awesome.
Yeah, I still want to take 300 megs of caffeine to the dome and go train.
Or I like tasting things that allegedly taste like unicorns or whatever the fuck these flavors on Bang Energy drinks are. So it's like, I think in a weird inverse way, he's insulated himself so well that this won't affect his bottom line.
The only downside is the only way that this comes out and becomes more public is if someone does a class action or if there's something along like a Bang where they allegedly were curing Alzheimer's with super. That's the stupid part.
I think he's okay. Stupidity, I think, ends at the emails. I think he's got the indemnification buttoned up. Like, I don't think they've made any gross claims.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into the products too much, but
that would be the downfall. If there's been a claim that is not scientific or the backing behind, that's where we will see it being more mainstream, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this to me feels like almost it'll never make it to this level. But do you remember the grand jury indictments of the baseball players back in the 90s?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Mark McGuire and dude. And like they took all of these professional baseball players who popped hot and they marched them in front of Congress and like basically outed them in front of the entire country. And it was actually Joe Biden was part of writing the bill that put steroids as a legal drug, Schedule 1 drug or whatever that classification is. So I don't think we'll see, although it would be amazing, a Liver King congressional hearing. Could you imagine?
His hat.
Do the whole thing. Dude, he could literally dress up like the guy that stormed the Capitol building and just sit in Congress and get like his back of his hand slapped. I don't think for a guy who sits back, again, the execution, all drugs aside, amazing. Dude, the guy called it. He was like Babe Ruth in it. He goes, I'm going to put it over left. You don't believe me? Yeah, hold on. Whack. And it's like, so I think if his premeditation is that
well constructed,
premonitions, right? He has to have factored in the downfalls or the pitfalls along the way. Otherwise, he would have tripped himself up by now.
I reckon that there'll be like a spin-off. There'll be a something. Liver King gear, but health HRT clinics.
Oh, you think he's just going to take lemons and make trembolone out of them?
Yeah,
got it. Give me lemons. Actually,
I wouldn't put it past him with what he's been able to do.
Yeah, but what if he had like a getting outed contingency plan? Now it's just like, all right, now this is going to happen. Because he has to admit it.
Just shave the beard. Put a t-shirt on, you go right into society.
Dude, that's not a bad angle. I like that. The thing is, imagine living this guy's life knowing damn well that those emails are out there. He's been living on borrowed time with 9 figures. Every day might be the day that he gets found out. Can you imagine that?
Once again, then it goes back to it's like, all those emails legit.
I don't think Derek would release them if they're not.
I also
Derek has really solidified himself as like a journalist. He's a journalist.
Yeah, he is.
He's a steroid journalist. Because like he'll call out things that like, there was that one fighter, JT, who had like the fucking things on his stomach. Was that Izzy?
No, he had
Izzy was the guy. No, that was bad. That was obvious. But there was like that other fighter.
Yeah, where they thought they were pin marks, and he was like, "No, it can't be." And like he went through like
Leon Edwards. Was that who it was? Leon Edwards?
It's the dude we saw.
I know. It was Leon Edwards. We were in the same room with this guy like 2 weeks ago.
It was him.
And but he even was like, no, it's not the pin marks that does it. And no, Francis Ngannou. That's who it was. He was also in the room.
Yes, he was.
It was a weird room.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah, Francis Ngannou was a large man. But because I think he fact checks himself pretty well. And everyone's like, oh, I think it's drugs because of this. He's like, no, that's not a drug thing.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
fair. I think he's done his due diligence with everything. to circle back to everything though, like why I think this could be an interesting business discussion, maybe. I don't know. The way I look at it though is like Liver King's marketing campaign has been so brilliant. Because the very thing in the very beginning is he came out being this controversial, yoked out motherfucker, training and eating raw substances. And then when everyone turned around and they were like, "Oh, but I can't stomach raw substances," he was like, "I got you. I've got a solution."
Oh yeah,
Not a
he
powder.
sold you on the problem.
And then he
yeah.
solved the problem. And I think if you think about it, that's every product within the fitness industry that has been successful. It's like they've created a problem and then gave you a solution for it at the same time, and then made millions.
Yeah. Whether
So
it's
right
needing
now,
to do hip thrusters or put your knees over your toes. Create
Funny
a problem,
that
find a solution.
similar concept. If you think about it, those are the ones that have taken off.
right now,
Is he just
if
all over
we're
YouTube?
well, I mean, I'm looking at YouTube, and I'm trying to find the main video from Derek right now. Okay, uploaded 20 hours ago. The Liver King live. For those of you guys interested in getting on, it's a
Hour long.
All right, this is a 10-minute clip of it. Let me see if I can find the full thing. The
I find
original.
full one.
Yeah,
I just
what
want to
I'm
see the
interested in-
numbers.
Yeah, exactly what the numbers are. Because here's the other thing I'm wondering about, like as far as the business side of it, was that direct sales or was that through companies that were stocking their shelves with it? Because also with that though, I'd look to like if it's in North America where a majority of those sales are, or is it somewhere else, or like what stores are stocking those, because it's a very niche market that's the appeal of I'm just eating meats, I'm just organ meats, it's a very select group. Or like even I'm wondering if the play was to go in markets for that group, or was it even looking at expanding outside to different countries that put a greater priority on organ meats?
All right. Well, here, I'm Google searching this right now, and I definitely see your angle, but I feel like you kind of let off with it. He's Walmart and Amazon.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was about to say they're in Amazon.
Market. There, it doesn't matter about hey, let's go into the DRC, let's go into Congo because they're big in like whatever. It's like, all right, let's not do that.
It's just
that's
the mass
terrifying.
market. Yeah.
Yeah. So right there, when you feed past all the ads, all I typed in on Google was Ancestral supplement stores, ad, website, great SEO, good job, guys. And then it's Walmart.com and Amazon.com. 1-2 punch of the biggest distributors of goods on the planet, right? So you get someone who knows how to get your products to rank, right? I'd imagine like how many 5-star. All right, we're looking on Amazon. Grass-fed beef organs has 4.7 stars and 11,000 reviews. How many of those do you think come from some Bangladeshi review farm? There's some guy named Steve whose actual name is 24 letters long, right? It's like, and then not to be outdone, Amazon has 4.7 stars at 14,373 on grass-fed beef liver, right? And then we go into Ancestral supplements, and then we get into like the mom and pop shop. So this guy just went right for the top drawer, because in the emails he even alluded to Derek that he was exhausting a lot of resources, which I'm assuming means like money and manpower, right? Those are going to be your biggest points of leverage until you get media up and running, like media and tech.
He was saying like he's got a whole film crew living with him 24/7
in the guest house.
Like that was specifically stated within the email. It's like this whole thing has just been a ruse. We knew it was, but it's like how well thought out this has been is insane.
I respect it.
I think it's a big dick play.
Yeah, because it's like, fuck. I mean, a lot of people, they do something quirky and then they typecast themselves into that thing. Like, well, I just do this now.
Oh no,
right? To him to sit back and be like, this, and then execute is at the very least, it's something we don't see often in fitness. Like, at least from a character as entrenched in it, at least physically invested in it as he was, right? Like Peloton sits back and goes, wait a minute, there's a hole in the market. This has worked before. Let's integrate tech. Let's use monthly recurring revenue models, blah, 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 blah. So there's like a premeditate. It was not like someone did a Peloton class, like, oh, I really like this. Or and then they're like, oh, man, we should double down. Like companies like Apple Fitness, big, like when we talk hundreds of millions of dollar companies, he was at least the most jack one to do it. But shout out.
Here's the thing, and I'm playing this on in my head now. So I've seen, obviously, in the last 2 to 3 weeks, there has been a spike within the Liver King videos community, whatever you want to call it. From my perception of it, I've seen more and more of not necessarily him being the front man, but his wife and his kids suddenly coming to the play. Now, do you not think that this is now, like the first iteration was male optimization, male trying to like bring back the core tenets. Okay. Now we're starting to see a kids. We're starting to see a female. We're starting to see like
the Cleveland show. We had Family Guy. Yeah, and it was spinoffs, like you said, spinoffs. This is Better Call Saul of the Ancestral supplements. The thing is, I mean, I think we talked about this before. Real big companies have a process of called planned obsolescence. I've learned this kind of like the hard way. So I was, when I was a chiropractor at Apple, I had one of their lead hardware engineers as a patient of mine. And I was like, hey, man, anywhere in the back, do you have those 5th gen iPod Nanos, the ones you could clip on the touchscreen? Like you have like 100-something songs on there. Best gym iPod ever. And then all of a sudden, they wiped it off the face of the earth.
Well, they stopped with the software. That was the first thing they did. It's like you couldn't update it, and you couldn't put songs on it.
And then it was just you just took an L on it again and again, and then the next generations got worse. She's like, what the fuck? And so this dude told me straight up, and he goes, dude, we knew back in the 5th gen iPod Nano days that we were going to make an Apple Watch 15 years later. So we had to get rid of it because it started to look too close. And people were using it as like a watch thing and like a pocket watch sort of thing. So we had to get rid of it. So I was like, holy shit, man. A company like that's not moving like in a quarter. They're moving in a quarter century.
Yeah.
Right? So I wonder if, he's starting to diversify his influence into other markets. If he's this if he's this calculated to be like, hey, steroid guy, this is my entire playbook in an email, and he goes bop, 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 bop. To think that he fucking nails it. To think he doesn't have a play to spin this off in other markets, yeah, for sure.
What did he do before this?
That's a great question. I'm on it. JT, go.
The question from this, does he try to stay in fitness, or does he go more so the like celebrity route, like looking to like Jersey Shore style, or like Kardashian style, get like home family. But seriously though, like because it's similar tactics of branching into other markets and utilizing that controversy.
I don't think anything happens to him.
Yeah, I
don't think he ever addresses it.
He stays
I
in
think
the market?
he's very selective. Oh yeah, I think he'll go insular within like the paleo, keto, carnivore community because they think he's a good figurehead.
But
they'll bury it.
Well, the thing is,
he's Hillary. He's fucking Hillary. That's what he is. He's goddamn keto Hillary, and I'm sick of it. This is his Benghazi. It's unbelievable. Fucking guy.
Oh shit. The thing is, he's already in those markets. Like he owns Carnival
He'll
MDs.
Stay there. He has to stay.
So
there.
that, like he's solidified himself. He has built and solidified himself a business and a reputation in a year. And he's on a pedestal. I don't think unless he's suddenly in child pornography or something.
Can I make a prediction based off of kind of your premonition? I say he hits Rogan sometime in the next 2 weeks. Maybe that was the move.
So this is what I was going to ask, though, is because
that's the move.
That's the move.
He's going to be on Rogan inside the next 2 weeks.
But the thing is, you were questioning about why the emails came out through, like, if Derek had them for a while and been sitting on them, why now? You also, like Mac had mentioned, there'd been an uptick because recently
there has been an uptick.
Well, but also with that, wasn't recently Rogan talking about no way that guy isn't on steroids?
That's going around.
But like that's helped gain popularity of like why wouldn't I capitalize on where the views are coming? Now, if I release some controversy with that, it just helps inflate those views because there's already
The only thing
and
is
so through
Rogan
association.
doesn't need hot button fitness topics to drive views. That's not.
No,
I would
but
be. Go ahead.
not for him. I'm saying for releasing the emails.
Then that means Derek is a
Capitalizing
fucking
off of-
Ponzi and he's part of the scam. Right? Like, question: do you think Liver King went to Derek and was like, "Hey, man, could you do a piece on that?"
No. I think
Okay.
it's not connected.
Stop
I don't
Liver
think
King
it's-
stuff.
No, God, no. There'd be no way.
I don't
I'll
think
check,
it'd be
but go ahead.
connected in that way though, because it's more so like Rogan, the biggest podcast in the world, just touched on this. It's getting a lot of views. Any of the searches, it now goes to that. Like this is the good time to release it because this is where the attention is.
So but then again, it's like I
So
don't see
it's-
Derek being that person though. I don't know him, but I've never
to
seen
be
his
like,
content
hey,
to be like that.
I've been setting on this. I was gonna release it at some point, but why not? Why don't I just push it ahead of
fair. So-
schedule?
All right.
Yeah,
So you
Yeah,
think
so I'm
maybe
just
it's-
saying.
use
Yeah,
it.
I'm
What
just saying,
he's releasing it because it's popular right now instead of it getting
Yeah.
washed away.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like capitalizing on the momentum
yeah.
that's already built from capitalism, America.
I wonder if I'll be disappointed if he gets the press. Like I'll be disappointed if he makes Rogan. Thoughts?
What is Rogan
who
going to
makes-
be his Oprah?
No, but
Wait,
no,
He's gonna be.
Yeah,
Well, I would love that.
I
That'd
reckon
be
that's what's
amazing.
going to happen. That's actually going to happen.
I don't think he'll go on Rogan because again, that's why where I think it might have started is because Rogan had made those claims in the clips coming out where he showed him
fair.
and he was like, "There's no way that guy is natural." Like Rogan doesn't do the story like redemption stories or any of that shit.
Yeah, I mean, he gives. Yeah, I guess that's true. The thing is, he makes. I don't want to say speak too ill of him, but like, or not ill of him, but he does make proclamations of hearing both sides of the story. But I feel like he lets mainstream media, whatever the fuck that means these days, say one side, and he ushers in the alternative viewpoints. In this case, I think you're not going to usher in an alternative viewpoint if you bring Liver King, because the mainstream or soon to be mainstream viewpoint is that this guy is on steroids.
But could Rogan not be the whole story? The marketing. This is what I planned. Boom, boom, boom. Like the story. The
Yeah.
Liver King.
Yeah,
But-
the whiteboard somewhere. The
Yes.
injection and the time and the money signs. Yeah, but I
I
think
don't think so. But
dude, I have friends close to Rogan, and like they've told me about the number of inquiries he gets a day for episodes.
I don't know.
Like hundreds, like literally, and like not even like hundreds, like 400, 700 a day. Like people hitting him up, like, "Yo, man, I think you should do this guy." Blah 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 blah. Like I don't know if this crosses his radar. And that's going to be some 4D Liver King chess shit. That's some primordial ancestral chess shit going on. If he manufactures all this to get on that platform, but then what does that do for the stuff? Is this a case of any publicity is good publicity? Like, I don't think it affects the bottom line. I think fitness fucking gets over it. Remember Kanye West?
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
finished.
No one gives a
This
fuck
time.
anymore. Yeah.
Gyms are still
He was-
playing
he
his
was-
music. We're fine.
Yeah, DEFCON 3 on the Jews. Dave Chappelle makes a few jokes about it, and I still got my Yeezy boosts in the closet. Like, no one gives a shit. I think this is. I hope that even in the 24 hours between this story breaking and this episode going up, that people still care.
Yeah, actually,
Enough to
there's
just
a
listen to
very
this
good point that
episode.
maybe it doesn't. That people actually don't even give a shit. People are just like, yo, and you know, the only thing that I'm surprised out of this whole thing is that his stack doesn't include Trent.
I'm impressed. I mean, the thing is, the boy was looking good. He was looking right. Like that's not an aggressive cycle. All right, for those of you who are
It
like
really
his
isn't.
his test. I mean, his GH was insane.
Okay, his GH is through, but his test in his Deca is at TRT levels.
Yes,
Less than,
yes,
actually.
well, TRT Deca levels. Let's peel it back a little bit here.
No.
No one's taking TRT Deca.
Yeah, they are.
What? Who?
It gets used in clinical settings.
Get
I swear
where?
to God, my doctor.
Panama?
But no, legit. So it's at, so that was 125 megs a week.
Yeah, 0.6.
Yeah, 0.6 of a CC. So 125 at a 200 meg per mil val of both. And what's he? He's 225?
I'd say he's depending on his height. Looks pretty short.
Yeah, so
I mean, he looks short next to the
225. That's
8-foot
one,
bodybuilder.
so it's 100. So he's on literally medical TRT.
But then he's SARM to the fucking eyeball.
Yeah, okay, then there's other shit that I would. Yeah. So from an actual hormonal
Now,
profile,
mind you, that was what he was reaching out to a year ago,
Fair.
right? So that was pre-consultation. That wasn't like Derek was like, yo, take a fucking 0.6, 10 IUs and that. That's, hey, this is starting level.
So,
And I'm feeling old.
Who prescribed his stuff?
I could make a phone call.
I also suddenly thought that might be the one.
Who's a guy that we know that prescribes insane amounts of steroids to people? That'd be. I mean, I don't want to out him on the pod, but could you imagine?
Allegedly.
I need to know. That's the email we need to read.
Because if Derek didn't do the consult, because he never mentions doing the consult, taking him on as a client.
Yeah, I don't think he would. I don't think he would take on that liability.
But we know someone who would.
Oh, absolutely. Could you imagine? That would be the best story ever. If there's a spreadsheet out there, I know what his spreadsheets look like.
So do I.
That's so funny. I mean, at this point, nothing's off the table, and I don't think Liver King's off the table. I think he skates on this completely unscathed.
Yeah, I feel like
everyone who knew already knew. We were stoked because it's like, great, we got something to talk about on the pod today. But I don't like because that's the thing with these siloed ways of reaching your customers, right? Like, unless there's a server farm somewhere in Bangladesh that we can get into and be like, hey, I need everyone to write 11,001 negative Amazon reviews and say that this guy, the owner of this supplement company, is on X, Y, and Z, and then explain to those people what that is and why that's bad and why you shouldn't buy stuff. I don't think it touches them.
Well, I mean, that's for any and every product. It's like we buy things every day.
Yeah.
And I don't know the backstory of the owner of why they do that. Like,
classic example this week in not knowing that the Alyssa Milano. Did you see that story about Volkswagen and Tesla?
what?
Oh my God. Okay, so talk about people not knowing where companies come from. This lady, Alyssa Milano, she was on Twitter and she was talking about returning her Tesla and getting a Volkswagen electric vehicle.
Yeah, because
it was Volkswagen.
Great
Something about Tesla being a bunch of Nazis or whatever.
Great.
And then meanwhile, Volkswagen was literally founded by Nazis and Hitler.
Yeah,
it's like
the core of.
I think there's
war.
a point in which, and I think if you look at early adopters, like market penetration, and then like sort of if you look at how consumers acquire products across the market, once you hit critical mass,
Doesn't matter.
I think you're out in space, man. Like you're reaching people where your products will reach them, but unless it's anything shy of a fucking Amber Alert out to these people,
I was about to say it's not women and children.
They're not going to
really
get
care.
any. I don't. It'd be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if this falls in line of like story arc of the released emails. Like, is something big coming down the pipe in the next couple of weeks? Big being company goes public, gets acquired, or he goes on Rogan or something like that.
That would make sense. The public acquirement would make a bit of sense.
I'm interested because I feel as if Derek's involvement in this thing is
There's something.
I don't know. I'm going to say the opposite. I think Derek's involvement in it is by happenstance.
So pure coincidence.
I think so.
You read? There's
I
no
think
such
so.
thing as coincidence.
Just because he's Canadian. I'm going to give it to him.
I don't know if it'd be coincidence, but again, to me, it's just with some of the popularity of it going from Rogan, from that clip coming out, if that was already discussed. And it's not the first time he's had to talk about this dude. It's like, probably every single day, it's like, okay, the 10th time, I'm done with this shit. I'm not having this conversation anymore. Here it is.
Stake and go from there.
Yeah. So, JT, taking bets. On Rogan, no Rogan.
No Rogan.
No Rogan?
It's and why I say that, not only because I don't think he's interested, I don't think he cares, but also it might, with some of the thoughts around what that company is, it might get a little bit too close to something Rogan's associated with, and some of the people.
He's compromised.
True.
Man, you've been hanging out with this guy too much.
True.
This guy's turning into the Alex Jones of fitness. Those fucking frogs are gay. Everything's a conspiracy with this guy.
You're actually fucking on it there. I didn't even think about that.
So, but no, all right, what are you talking though? Because he's sold on it a while ago, did he not?
But still associated.
I'm assuming you were talking about
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, same crunchy granola realms, kind of intermingling, leading to each other. That,
dude, if you could be seeing that as competition,
exactly.
But
right?
I'm saying, why throw shade or potential shade to a company that you're associated with when you don't have to? Like, why introduce some element of potential risk or association? Because if the next day a picture comes out of the Liver King and Aubrey Marcus. Like, well, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking kids on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
so-
using their liver
so, you
for
know,
supplements
why-
or whatever the fuck.
Like, why take a risk at all when you don't have to?
Yeah, man. I
Like,
genuinely
let
feel
it let it die on its own. Let it burn on the island, and like you can keep just doing your thing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to double back to this podcast to see in like 2 weeks. Like, all right, where are we now with this? Because it's
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I think the story's over. I think no Rogan. I think hopefully by the time I hope people are interested by tomorrow morning, with the attention span of human beings right now. But I feel like that's where we're at.
I hate to say it, but I think I agree. The Rogan, I think, is off the table.
Yeah.
I feel like he may go back on some podcasts he's been on where he claimed not to.
Mark Bell.
Mark Bell, Paul's one.
Well, because Mark
Paul
Bell's
one.
he's dude, I don't think the Paul's give him that audience again. Right?
I think they do, and they let him tell the story.
Yeah. Does it reach a big
'cause-
enough audience now? Go ahead.
Well, but
Yes.
I mean, I like that Paul suggestion though, because both of them have come out of multiple controversies. Like, how do you spin that controversy?
He's the
Yeah,
perfect.
I
I
say
was the
Mark Bell
perfect
for
villain.
sure because of the association with his brother. Because he's right down, like he's pretty heavily invested into the carnivore
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
those fucking doctor people that like,
Idiots,
yeah, them. So I'd say that for sure. Like he just does a fucking another podcast tour, maybe a book. See a book coming.
The
Book, yeah, 100%. There's a book coming, and then
It
there'll be a
wasn't just
podcast
the
where
liver.
Wait, did you? What'd you call it?
It wasn't just the liver.
Oh, I thought you said deliver.
that
That would be like DELIV.
That would be.
Yo, dog,
Send him an email.
Give me a call. Don't send me emails. Send it to me on Wicker, you stupid fuck. Don't send me an email. God, don't where's fucking emails with this guy. You're welcome, Ryan. I mean, have your people. I'm saying Wicker me or whatever. A book tour podcast. He does another lap of the ones that'll have him on, and that might be the angle.
If you would like to come and talk on RX Radio, shoot us a DM.
No, I don't.
No.
I don't
Okay,
want
fine,
him.
no.
I don't want him in here. I don't. To vehemently deny it like that. Like,
Yeah, fair.
don't think I'm an idiot. I don't want anyone. Even this episode is just opportunistic. It's like let's chat a bit of shit because we need an episode for tomorrow. If there was one thing more interesting going on in the world right
we probably
now,
would have said that.
and we knew anything about it.
I mean, I came into this just wanting to rant about the barber who fucked me around for
A haircut
extra
looks
hour.
fly though, man. I think you should
Thanks.
adopt a bald fade. I'm
Think so?
a fan. I think so. It's Miami James Mack.
It is
I
Miami.
was going to say, I'm just like, I just have your shoulder, so I've just been staring at like shoulder and then shallow the whole time.
What up?
That's about right.
Yeah, no, it's just, and the thing is, I think where people get demystified is like he's just going to be replaced. It's going to be another fucking schmelt in there taking the throne of the people that we can't reach anyways. That's what always gets me about fitness.
I mean, that's the thing, kind of going off of that with fitness. Isn't it always an overcorrection? Because like one of the like things out there with like paleo is like they're small, skinny, like whatever. So like, okay, let's overcorrect this. Or some of the trends that have gone through fitness of positions that you're not in. Let's overcorrect this, and now I'm going to build a whole company around this one thing. So isn't he just the natural course of evolution of overcorrection in the industry?
So he's gone.
We're gonna go back to
fitness Hillary.
Did we find out what he did before?
No idea.
Damn it.
So he went from being the fitness Hillary to the fitness Trump.
Oh,
So
wow.
That was the overcorrection. He was here to party. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just could you any prediction on what the next thing could be? The thing is,
There's going to be a family one. I'm putting in. I'll say it now. There's going to be a mother. I think there already is a female one. There's going to be some form of family ancestral.
Oh, you're thinking they
Yeah.
double down?
They're going to double down on that
Rather
100%.
than
That's
now
my.
you're going the politics
thinking-
style
I'm-
of like go for the
that's
kids.
100%. The
That's
kids are going
religion,
to.
I believe.
Yeah.
Religion. Get them young.
That's what's going to happen. That's my sword I'm dying on with this.
Kid supplements or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
it'll
And you're
be-
thinking it'll be in the realm of like ancestral shit?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it's going to be?
When you
It's going to
come.
be the whole like anti kids with allergies because of COVID,
Well,
drinking
that's-
hand sanitizer, like build your immune system.
Well, essentially, that's why he started, looked into this because his kids had autoimmune diseases or some bullshit like that.
Man, people love be dropping autoimmune diseases.
Because
Autoimmune
they're so
diseases
stupid,
are
'cause they don't
the
know what the
new
fuck it
mental
means.
disorder. Everyone's like, it's the new anxiety. That's what autoimmune diseases are.
Yeah.
Everyone's got an autoimmune disease now. It's like everyone's got anxiety. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's the one.
Just a podcast you didn't know you needed. Breaking news. Now back to the Thayer with traffic and weather on the twos. I don't know. It's interesting to hear everyone else's thoughts on the matter, or not, because it's probably going to fizzle out in the next 24 hours.
You never know.
JT, closing notes on our boy, the Liver King, RIP, or
He'll be around, not in the same capacity unless he leans into the marketing side of it, because that's that's what got him to the game, and how that's going to evolve. Again, I don't think I'm the natural guy just eating liver anymore, but I think it goes more into the just being a shithead on the internet, essentially. Just you're there. Controversies that, it's more so you're a personality now.
so he's
even
too big
more
to
so.
fail, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Too big to
Unless
fail.
his marketing team dumps him.
Yeah, someone will pick. I think he's like fucking. He's like Lehman. It's like Lehman Sachs. There's just someone. He's gonna get bailed out because he has too much. Someone will ride and die with that guy for sure.
Yeah. Unless he just somehow dies in a cell somewhere.
I don't think. What does he need to get out? Yeah, who's he gonna out? Is he gonna get Epstein by the paleo community?
Yeah.
They're gonna get him with tahini in the jail cell. Like what's the move there? Jesus.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Cool. Well,
On that note,
podcast we didn't know we needed to record.